Hi, my name is George Onaifo. I'm a doctorate student of the California Intercontinental University. This is a course on MGT645, Strategic Management, a Global Approach. Um, I'm actually being tutored by Dr. Dai, and this is part of the course actually. This course or this particular assignment is about the Porter's four competitive strategy, and what we're trying to do is to explain what the strategy is for each company which they employ, and why the company is, an example of each of these strategy, and also to discuss Porter's strategy, whether it were useful in the analysis of this company, or if you can discuss alternative method which may be helpful for such an analysis. So we're going to go ahead and look at it. Now, first we need to understand that the questions that Michael Porter, who was one of the faculty members at the Harvard Business School, um, was to answer two questions. Question one was the attractiveness of industries for long term profit, how to choose which industry to enter as a company. And above them all was the determinant of the company's relative competitive position in the industry. That's after the choice of the industry have been chosen. So those are the two things that we look at when we look at the Porter's competitive strategy. Now, the simple format of these will be in the form of a quadrant, like a four um, sections of a rectangle. So the first one is a cost leadership. Second one is a cost focus, and we have the differentiation focus and the differentiation. So these are how it is. So this is a simple format, but a more complicated format will be in this form. We call this is the Porter's competitive advantage model. We have the cost leadership, we have the cost focus, differentiation focus, and differentiation. And then at the middle of it all, there's a stock in the middle, which is the one that tried to use more than one method or find himself not in any of them. So it's actually, uh, called the stock in the middle. So we'll look at it. Let's look at each of these categories. Now, what I did was to come up with the strategy and catalog. And as you can see, you have the cost leadership. Under the cost leadership, you have a company like Walmart, a company like McDonald's, a company like Southwest Airlines, Costco, and Amazon find themselves in the cost leadership category. Then you have the other category, which is the differentiation category. You have Apple, we have Harley Davidson, we have Microsoft, we have Nike, and also Starbucks Coffee. They are highly differentiated, so they find themselves in the differentiation category. Then the cost focus, you have the Home Depot, which is an example. You have Smart and Claire's. And the differentiation focus, you find a brand like Rolls Royce, Omega, Rolex, Prada, and Rizal. So these are the categories. Now, what makes each of the category, we'll find out in the subsequent analysis. First, for differentiation, the info differentiation, we see that the company seeks to distinguish the product or services from that of other competitors. Companies may use creative advertising, distinct product features. Company may use higher quality, better performance, exceptional services, and new technology to achieve a product being perceived as unique. Again, remember the word unique. Unique is a key word on that. Unique, unique, unique. Now, because of that uniqueness of the product, so the differentiation can reduce rivalry if the buyers are loyal. Now, due to uniqueness, the company usually price their product higher than competitors. Examples of this company that works on the differentiation strategy are, companies like Apple, companies like Harley Davidson, company like Nespresso, Nike, and Starbucks. This work on differentiation. We all know that Apple is very unique. When you have an Apple computer, it's very, it's different from most of the other computers. Apple also have built in some kind of product type where you have Apple, have iPod, you have iPad, you have iTunes. These are all Apple. So there's a kind of ecosystem of products that also supports Apple to make Apple what Apple is. The features of cost leadership. For cost leadership, they are efficient in terms of their production. They cut costs. They want to make sure that the cost is the driving force. The cost is the driving force of the customer, is the pull, force of the customer. So they also use economic of scales. They sometimes gain product experience, employ tight cost control, the product and service offering. It can undercut customers or competitors' prices. Like sometimes they can use what they call penetration pricing. They sell standard no frills product and services. And examples of this cost leadership are, Southwest Airline, Walmart, McDonald's, EasyJet, Costco, and Amazon. These are driver the cost. Now, because of the economics of scales, and because of the experience of in terms of production, and because of the fact that some of them have, a lot of, bulk sales, they are able to drive down the price, and the price they are leaders in terms of cost. The features of cost focus. For cost focus, you have competitive strategy which are specific to regions or to buyer group. For example, they have a niche, narrow target market rather than industry-wide. The company select a segment or a group of segment, and focus on that group of segments. So you are having differentiation focus and cost focus. Differentiation focus products that you could consider in that category are products like Rolls-Royce, Omega, Prada, and the Razor. These are products that are highly differentiated. And for cost focus, you have Claire's, Home Depot, and Smart. Home Depot is a hardware store, and it focuses on a group of consumers. Then above all these, or at the middle of all these, I wouldn't say above, it's the one that are stuck in the middle. Okay. For example, I would say IBM. IBM is a product we can consider. IBM, when it came out, attempt to be differentiated, and again, it attempt to play on the cost part, the cost area. So it's not really cost driven. It's not also so well differentiated, because in terms of cost, there are companies that came out with better cost than IBM. So they were not really, would have said they were not really in the cost area per se. And on the differentiation, they are also not like strictly highly differentiated. So they find themselves at the middle. So you can use IBM as an example of a product that is stuck in the middle. So in this case, they try to engage in each, but fail to achieve any of them. So they are considered stuck in the middle. They have no advantage, no competitive advantage, regardless of industry. In fact, it will be a disadvantage as a cost leader, and the differentiator and the focus will be positioned to compete. They could also still earn interest profits, operating in a highly attractive industry because of they are stuck in the middle. But the issue is that it will be hard to engage in differentiation and also cost leadership at the same time. So both are usually different approach. The approach to differentiation and the cost leadership are really not the same. So if you try to engage in both of them at the same time, you might find it difficult, because there are different approaches to each, or different way of crafting each out. So you are actually at a loss. So in this the organization or the company is stuck in the middle. So let's look at it. Do everybody like market portal strategy? Not really. Some do, some don't. Now, those who do, those are the proponents of the market portal strategy. Uh, Consider Tracy and Wesema in 1995. They built further on the portal's generic strategy. What did they do? They develop the value disciplines and advise companies to choose between operational excellence, product leadership, and customer intimacy. They feel that all these, can be done in such a way as to be able to get the best. So they advise companies to choose between them instead of merging them together. So they are in line with Porter's strategy. Porter's competitive strategy. Um, Now, there are also those who do not like that, who also feel that they are, opponents of the Porter strategy. Now, Miller in 1992 uh, asked the question, why one single strategy? Why do we have to do one single strategy? So a visible middle ground exists. For example, Caterpillar. Caterpillar use differentiation, but also they also want to be cost efficient. Uh, the danger, in this case, is that they are inflexible and they blind to customers' need. They are just inflexible with trying to get this and that at the same time. Okay. The second opponent of the Porter strategy is Shan Kim and the Moboneng in 2005. They also abandoned the value cost trade-off, and they propounded the blue ocean strategy, advised companies to pursue differentiation and low cost simultaneously. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Again, I'm George Onaifo. I'm a member of a student of the California Intercontinental University, and this is my presentation on MGT 645. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.